All right. Hello again, guys. Welcome back to EVE Online. I am Managerel, Wingspan Professional. And today we're going to be going over some sleeper sites. Sleepers Tooth C2 and C3. Before we get started, though, some things you are going to want. The fit. So this is my praxis. That's also my cat. Some of the things that you will definitely need in your praxis. Praxises are very CPU restricted, so you are going to want capacitor control units, circuits. Going with the benefits of the praxis, heavy cruise missiles. Some nice scourges will give you some nice damage, running about 3k volley damage per and 597 DPS, along with some Praetors and some Geckos. A core probe scanner with some sister core probes. Copacetic particle field accelerators. You want these because these are the least amount of CPU used out of these modules, which are going to rep your extra large shield booster to about 1200 reps every 5 seconds. Very, very good. Also very much needed for surviving in these sites. This is an active fit, so we are going to be running adaptive and vulnerability fields, 3 of those. A ballistic control system 2 to give that missile bonus what we need. A drone damage amplifier to give a little bit more oomph to the drones. And 5 capacitor flux coil 2s. All in all, 528 million. A really good ISK price point for this. Alright. So, you scan down your C2, C3 wormhole. Looks kind of something like this. Outpost Frontier Strongholds, Outpost Frontier Strongholds, Fortification Frontier Strongholds, the Orzu Constructs. That's one thing that you are going to want. You are also going to want the UniWiki for the wormhole sites. And if you go down a little bit, it's going to tell you exactly what you are going to be looking at. I'm going to be running Outpost Frontier Strongholds. Why? Because they average right around 45 million in blue loot. It's also going to give you the rundown of what everything is. The defenders with stasis webifiers, damage per each additional wave, and those X's are the triggers that are going to trigger the next wave. Alright. So, we are repping. We are reloaded. I have my tractor. I'm going to leave my tractor bookmark in here, and I'm just going to edit it for a safe location. That way, if I do catch any surprises, there hasn't been anyone on D-scan since I've been in here. But if I do catch a surprise, I have a safe warp spot. So, the next Outpost Frontier Stronghold. Let's go.
Warp drive active.
Running right around 150 mil ISK total. Again, that is with 6 mil worth of missiles and another 6 mil in a tractor. So, right around 150 some odd mil. And that's just running about 3 sites. And there's about 6 more left in here. So if this is your first time flying a Praxis, or you are thinking about flying a Praxis, bear in mind that this is a big-ass ship. So your align times are going to be slow, your warp cycles are going to be slow. Things to bear in mind. Alright, so we warp into this stronghold. Keep on spanning that D-scan. We have turrets and a sleepless defender. So right away, we're going to take care of those turrets. Okay. Now, if you have better drone skills than I do, which you might have to wait a little bit longer to get inside the range here. I'm going to just put out some geckos out there because the sentry drones themselves do not actively attack your drones. You can put your best damage dealers out there. Imperial Navy Praetors and geckos. The ship does give you some good boosts to drones as well. 50 to drone hit points and damage. So again, these guys are running with about the base stats of about half of a gecko. Good speed, good damage, 64. Now, again, this is an Omni tank kind of an area. No damage is going to be good. No damage is going to be particularly good against any of the sleepers. So you just have to kind of tank and raw damage. Alright, and I'm well within the distance that I need to be in. So and going to launch. My mod and save it as location 2. Always remember to bookmark where you put your mobile tracker unit, because if you do forget it, which you will, you want to be able to return to it. A couple of other things to remember: you want your drones to be set to aggressive, you want them to have focus fire as well. Coffee is the greatest thing. Let's go ahead and put that back down there. There. Alright. Now all we need to do is let our drones do the work and keep on watchful eye of D-scan. And this will all take care of itself relatively fast. Now, if you have some decent skills, you can average this in right around 20 to 30 minutes. I usually run right around 30 minutes to process these sites. That being said, there are other ways to fit out your praxis to allow some more DPS. However, my skills are not quite there yet. And our geckos will fly off to try to engage the sleeper if we let them. I want them to go there, so we're going to reassign them. Go, my children. They did not go. Okay. Try this again. Now, damage out. What are you trying to rep? So, this mother of all mothers, he's going to run about 3k worth of DPS, 3.6k, about every 18 seconds. Not too much overall, around 260 PS, I believe it's every 4 seconds. And we will get to him in a minute. For now, while these guys are not what will kill you, their damage out is definitely going to be a hindrance on your tank, so you do want to deal with them. Deal with them early on, you'll have no problems. And that's why my drones didn't attack it. So if you do not have a damage augmenter, a drone link augmenter. You will need to be a little bit closer than 47, which I was not. So let's drop distance just a little bit more. And this is a slow boat. Very, very slow, moving right around the top speed of 80.
A module has run out of
Alright,
charges.
my drones have engaged. I can stop right there. I'm going to redeploy this. And now we can watch that die. And again, just keeping an eye on D-scan. Don't forget to activate your missiles. Look at that volley. Here they come. Incoming. Alright, so this is the first wave. Now, while killing, these turrets will not trigger anything. Killing this first sleeper defender will. So, as soon as we have eliminated the assault to our tank... Oh, watch the pretty explosion. Gone. Alright, so we have eliminated that. So we're going to realign our Gex to deal with the sleeper. Now, the defender, again, will not target your drones. So use your best damage dealers here. Queue up some of that heavy hitting damage. Well, I don't know when I started overloading my racks, but we're going to stop that. And this defender will melt pretty easy. The only good sleeper is a dead sleeper. So, this one right here, he will have a Webify. Not many of these have much more than that in the C2s. In the C3s, you are going to be seeing some energy neutralizations and Nosferatus. So, you are going to be wanting to have some form of cat battery, something that's going to reduce the drain on. Now, in the fit that I am running, again, this is a cap stable fit, with everything. Now, I have been neuted out by 4 different ships in a C3, and my cap still continues to function the way it should, without being depleted. You're going to want to have some good cap management skills. If that is not something that you've trained up already, that is definitely something that you are going to want to. Alright, and we're almost through the first part of his armor. Hello, Tentacles. Alright. He's almost going down. Okay, Gecko's still doing good. Nothing on the overlay. Oh, also worth saying, you are not going to get any loot from those turrets that were over there, which is okay because these guys drop just fine loot. Okay, so they're out. We're going to return the geckos to our drone bay because the next ships that come in hate drones with a passion. Those guys right there. So, they will auto-aggress your drones. Now there's a couple different ways to do this. The best way that I have found is to use 2 drones at a time. As you can see, got about 10 million worth of ISK right there, adding that back into our inventory, right around 160 mil. So we're going to wait for these guys to close some distance, but I am going to start volleying them up with some missiles. And we're going to go ahead and start building some damage, some threat, before we pull out the first set of drones. Alright, now these guys, they are putting out 420 DPS every 15 seconds. A little bit heavier hitters, but nothing major. Okay, so we should have alright time and okay threat meds. So we're going to put out some drones, just 2 at a time. So they already got auto-aggressed, but you can tell by the yellow box, so we're going to pull them back in. And just watching them melt shields very, very quickly. This is probably one of the slower parts of the site. Now there is no good way to use drones, unfortunately. I am just looking for the way I can use them the longest. So we'll try an individual gecko, see how this works. Still keeping an eye on D-scan. Now using geckos, because they have better stats than anything else. Better shield time, about the size of a small frigate. Better structure hit points. And he's actually doing really, really well with these sleepers. He's not getting auto-aggressed. So that might be the thing to do. Okay, he just got auto-aggressed, so we're going to pull him back in. And he actually took that sleeper really, really well through his armor. So we're just going to continue to lay on the DPS with the missiles. Continue to hit that D-scan. Again, nice and quiet. So our gecko is still recouping some of its shields. I'm going to put out the next one. Have him help out a little bit. And just maintain a watchful eye for that yellow box. Doing really, really good. So, individual drones, your top damage dealers, look to be the most effective way to do this. We're going to pull him back in right here so he does not get auto-aggressed, because he's going to be the only one on the field doing damage. At least until I get my next reps out. Alright, next rep's off missiles, and you can see he took a little bit of damage right there at the end. Okay. So these guys, not too much better, about 3 mil worth of loot, so we'll go ahead and pull that in. Again, nothing on D-scan, looking really good. Alright. So, right here, we're going to turn that off and do a quick reload. Next volley out. Next gecko out. See how long he lasts before he's auto-aggressed. And he got auto-aggressed really quickly that time. So we'll pull him back in. Going through his shields really fast. There we go. Alright, now, is there better ways to do this fit? Probably. If you can fit it and you have really good torpedo skills, torpedoes do really good base damage right off the start. If you want to sacrifice one of your mids to kind of give yourself an open up mid slot, you can. Taking off one of these Compass Field Shield accelerators drops your reps down to from 1200 to about 1000. That's what I was doing before. Typically had to warp out once or twice just to recover some shields. So if you have better shield skills, you might be able to get away with something there. If you have really good missile skills, you might be able to get away without your ballistic missile computer. However, it drops your DPS quite significantly. And again, dropping that drone damage amplifier does about the same. Now, large beams are the other fit that I typically see with this particular model. Actually, let's pull you back in because we want the other one. Heavy beams. Damage out is a little bit less than the missiles, but you have the advantage of not having to buy ammo as frequently. So it's going to save you some time there. I am particularly getting very partial to the cruise missile fit. Now, while you were probably looking at my fit, you probably asked yourself, what happens if I get into PvP? Well, this is not a PvP fit. This is very much a PvE fit. So if you do get scrammed down, or you do get kind of webbed out, hopefully, you are really good at fighting. Hasn't happened to me yet, though. People are pretty atypically avoiding my praxis. Not sure if that's for any particular reason in particular, but it has not happened yet. And just got auto-aggressed, pull that drone back in. Save those shields, and again, right around 2.9 mil. Bink. And we're going to continue to lay on that volley damage, continue to build up the threat, still nothing on D-scan. Alright, half the way through the second wave and about 25 minutes in, we're going to do another reload really fast. Shields are coming back up. Alright, let's turn those volleys back out. Hitting, still nothing on D-scan. 92% off the shields. Let's go ahead and bring out the gecko again. Gress. And just help burn through his armor. So you can see it right there, 63%, 59%, 52%. Gecko's doing a really good job here. And he just got auto-aggressed. And we can turn out some Praetors. This little one being a little tard, not engaging with the rest of his friends. Come on, man. There we go. Again, still nothing on D-scan. Holding really good. 25%, 20%, 18%. Nice. Shredding that armor. And those volleys should get him through the structure very, very quickly. And we're just going to hold on to the next volley. That way we can get set up very, very quickly. Try to get some damage on these before my drones get auto-aggressed. Initial volley. There we go. Another 2.9. And the drones got auto-aggressed right there. Pull them back in. We're going to do 2 volleys with the missiles, and then we'll pull the geckos out, both of them, to kind of shred this last one. And last volley right there. Geckos out. Should make very short work of this defender. And I'm not too worried about the drones getting auto-aggressed right here because one defender is not going to take him down with their shields that fast. Alright, now we're going to pull these drones back in. I'm going to do a quick reload. The last wave is coming through. These are frigates and some more sleepless defenders. Okay, so what we're going to do here, we're going to lock up all these defenders. And then we are going to lock up the big boys. We're going to wait for these defenders to get within 12 kilometers because they'll web us out and they'll slow down a little bit. And then, that should have been reloaded. Okay, so lots of tank damage right now, but those 1200 reps are going to keep us safe. Okay, everything's going good. Let's start with those reps out. We're going to throw out the geckos right here. And again, I'm not worried about these guys killing the geckos. And they are going to make short work of the defenders. Again, watching the D-scan. And the next. We can lock up that last. Good. Now, it is up to you how you decide that you want to handle this last wave. However, the frigates die very quickly, and those are eliminating about 100 DPS every 9 seconds, which is going to take the strain off of this a whole lot nicer. And then, once these guys are done, again, the bigger boys here are not going to aggress those drones, and we can just move them directly over. Start up with those volleys, and getting the last bit of loot from those frigates. Again, you can see it, 8 mil, pulling it right in. Alright, now all that we have to do is sit back, watch D-scan, and watch some shields melt. And at this point, we are about 32 minutes in. Still nothing going on D-scan, which is good. Kill him faster. Doing good. Alright. Continue to check on that D-scan. Nothing to worry about. And the first one almost done. Aha! For that next rep, we're going to stop right there and do the reload. Continuing to watch the D-scan. Reload. And back up. And again, 9.3 mil right there. So right now, 189 mil. Looking really, really good. Still nothing on D-scan. My phone is going nuts. Alright, 36. And counting. Such a pretty boat. Okay. That is a melting Sleepless Defender. Alright, and this should put us right over 200 mil as soon as we're done with this. Alright, and that is it. Pull those drones back in. We're going to wait for the last bit of that sweet, sweet loot. Alright. Drones are back. No damage to the geckos. About another 9.3 mil, which is going to bring us to 198. Going to scoop in that. Stack everything up. Everything is in. And this is now a safe point. Now, the other side of this, guys. This is all salvageable loot. I do not have any salvage drones available to help me out, but if you do have somebody that can come with you on a nice little salvage ship, or if you do have salvage drones of your own, you can get some more ISKs that way. Alright, so that in all total, about 37 minutes. Not bad for making about 50 million ISKs. Again, about 6 more sites to run down here, and then we'll be set. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going to be keeping on going on to the sleeper videos of this because I have not seen that many, and if you are like me and you do want to know about sleeper sites, and there's not a whole lot of info on how to do it, hopefully this will answer some of your questions. Alright, with that, I am Managerel, your wingspan professional, out.